Okay, we're just doing a sound check here. Sound check, check, check. Checking if my music's too loud. Check on the levels. Okay, my music is too loud. You can go quieter. Now we're checking that again. Now we hear nothing. Dum dum dum. Blah blah blah. I think this is good. Sweet. Okay. Now I need a face. Oh, here's my face. Hello. Wow. Look at my workstation. Let's get this organized. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Sarah. I stream a lot of cookie decorating, and today I have a whole lot of prep that I need to do. Golto Jake, I saw you were there. Let me just grab my chat pop-up so I can see you. How are you? Are you enjoying the sun? Are you hiding from the sun like me? That's what I'm doing. Better. Oh, good. Let me know if you need it changed. Phased out. Okay, I see you there too. Hold on. I was a foolish person and I forgot to grab my pop out, which is very foolish for a just chatting stream too. So how do you chat without a chat pop out? You just can't. It's silly. And so I'll grab that. Okay. In the meantime, while that loads, if you don't know, my name's Sarah and I'm doing Icing Prep. As you can see of the chaos of my desk. Let me just check. A moosey appropriate stream. Oh, what kind of moose appropriate stream did you do today, phased out? That's exciting. Have I not? Oh, I think my notifications are off. Maybe I missed them. Okay, so what I'm doing, making bread. Excellent. Okay, so first of all, let's move the chaos. I have a bunch of containers here. Anything that's sanitized is fine. I have like old yogurt containers. I have plastic things. I find the plastic ones are the best for this project. What kind of bread did you make? I have a container of water, which I'm keeping away from the electronics because I'm clumsy. I have a wet cloth I'll be using to wipe off. Like sometimes you get icing on what you're using to scoop out color with, so it's dark so I don't stain it. I stained my arm yesterday. Did it come off? Maybe it did. I haven't made bread in so long, so that's gonna go over there. I have a giant thing of tips and elastics. I have bags and bags and bags and bags and bags. I have icing next to me. Rolled flour and rye flour because Finland. Is rolled flour the same as like an all-purpose? I don't know if I've ever tried that before. Okay, and then I have some icing I used and made yesterday that I'm going to be adding to stuff because they're pretty small because I was making Bitmoji cookies, so I didn't need a lot. Cannot get self-raising here. It's not a thing. Oh, yeast. Huh. Can you get like normal yeast? I've heard you can do it with potatoes. So those we'll be using. I have this big container. This is icing that's quite thick. We're gonna water it down with our thing of water. Dinner rolls. Oh, live and dried. Okay. I've seen dried. What is live like? Is it like a sourdough kind of thing? Before anything, I need to make a list. of what colors I need. So let's start a list here. I am doing this for Paw Patrol, and I'm doing it for fishing. So a lot of the ones that I need, the colors I need for my Paw Patrol cookies, I'm going to use. So obviously I'm going to need white and black. A fairy cake, cupcakes last week. Okay, is it, what's the difference of it? With the fairy cake, I'm curious. I'm going to need navy blue. I'm going to need brown. And I'm going to need like a tan. I'm going to need red. And those are just off the top of my head. Crumbly in the fridge, kind of like, I don't even know what that is either. You're the baker. I know. You know, I have a lot of experience with like short, what are they called? Quick breads is the word I'm looking for. Why am I not hearing any of my music? Oh, because the sound's off. But I actually don't. I'm gonna need gray. Two kinds of gray. That's dumb. Sorry. Dark gray. Third flour, third butter, and a third sugar, and a vanilla extract. Do you? Okay, so it's probably quite dense, hey? Because there's no egg. That sounds good. I'm gonna need yellow. Oh my goodness, I need so many colors. I'm going to need pink. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think that's it. And then I'm gonna need, I already have an ivory for skin color, which I'll probably just use, it should be a different color than the tan. I'm gonna think that's all I need. So this is kind of what I'm going for here for this. Do you bake in ratios? Is this kind of a deal? Oh, I'm gonna need a light blue too. So I will need the gray. And I think that's all the colors. Will also be a light gray. Another light gray, light blue. Holy smokes. This is a lot of colors. There is eggs. Okay. 1.1 and too hot to sleep. What is 1.1? Oh, 117. 18 degrees though. Fahrenheit? Celsius. Fahrenheit would be cold. 18 sounds kind of nice. It's been like 25. It's been gross. I'm a polar bear, so I like it cold. So I'm going to need tan. I'm just going to make a list and then check it. Blue, red, white. I'm going to need a forest green. And gray. Black. And I think that's all I need for this. Banana squid. Hey, long time no see. European Celsius. I'm Celsius too. Hey, neighbor. How's it going, banana squid? Are you up super late? Can you sleep? Half plain, half with a dried fruit mix added. Friend's birthday. You got up at 7 to make them. Wow, that's like in true baker's fashion. Okay, so I have this color, this color, this color, this color. So I think the only thing I'm going to need is going to be the forest green, which is cool. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to add the forest green to this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yikes. Seatville. I don't know what this is. I don't know what Seatville is. Okay, so what do we have? So these are bags that I just made them yesterday, and this icing is from the same batch as this icing, so it's totally fine for me to use it the same. Ice half of each kind. Oh, what kind of icing did you make? Yeah, last night I went to bed at 4:30 because I was working on these. So I have a pink, which is great. It's debatable. For the one pink I need, it's for the girl Paw Patrol. I think her name is Sky, only because I have friends with children. Some of them are hot pink, some of them are light pink. I think, oh, I'm gonna turn it into a light pink. Because I'm going to need that for the inside of ears. Kind of finished flag style. Oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on. Light pink. And I can use that for the inside of ears. Good gracious. 20 minutes, lots of blue food dye. That's really cool. A long leg you can drop in a, oh, like a recipe? Sure. I usually use royal, so I have light gray. Am I going to need more light gray? Yes, I will definitely need more light gray. So I'm going to use this color, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I only need to do 4 more bags. That's fantastic. I was like, I am not going to have enough stuff for this. This is the most important thing you'll ever get with icing tools. It's a little brush for tips. Oh, it's magical. Scandinavian. Do you understand, Banana Squid? Do you speak the same language? How are you doing, my friend? Okay, so usually when I start this, I try to always use tips number 2 to tip 3. This is a 5, so it's quite large. This is a 2. The thing about using a larger tip actually, I don't think you can post links. If you whisper it to me though, I can always share it too. Oh, look at that. I have a thing inside a thing. So usually when I'm mixing, there's these wonderful tip covers. I just pop one of those on. No, I totally forgot. Sorry. I turned it off because I was getting spammed one time, and then I just forgot to go back. So no worries. Let's put some more light here so you can see things a little better. Oh no, I have a spotlight. Oh, because you said Scandinavian, so I thought maybe you could, like, understand. Okay, this is not the right bag. So these bags you see that are blue, I have washed them. Or this is pink. This is not blue. Guess what color turned it this color? Oh, Phased Out was talking in another language there a little bit, and I thought you understood. Ignore me. Wow, what was the Scandinavian hype about? You were not just typos? Oh, well, they looked pretty legit to me. Apparently, I know nothing. So I'm looking for a bag with a larger hole. So I have 2 kinds of icing holders. There's this guy and this guy. I almost prefer this one because it's easier, when the bag's empty, it's easier to get it all out. Arg, no. Oh no. Yeah, see, I speak one language. Apparently, I'm so uneducated. You can read typos. Yeah, Banana Squid's on it. Apparently I'm like, wow. Look at this other language I don't understand. These are huge. I do not need these. I also have a tip holder, so we might have to dig in there. I do not need those. Still wet. Cat has returned. You're too hot. And is 7 kilogram. Hot. Portable. Furry heating device is lining on me. Oh no. That sounds a little miserable. Is it humid too? I feel like hot and humid is like... That's why I live in a very dry northern climate. So those are some tips I can use. Oh man, I have a bunch of rose tips in here. Let me grab my tip holder. This will be something we need soon. It's like a fishing kit, but it's all icing. Finnish lands are mostly non-humid. Oh. Not seen me on for ages though. Me? Really? Oh. Well, I'm glad you caught me. I was on 3 times last week. I usually stream 3 times a week. Last week I was just a little stress ball though. I took on too many cookie orders. Oh yes, the time zone too. Yeah, I can imagine not wanting to go on super crazy. What did I? Oh, calm down. This is so funny. So my damp cloth touched my touchpad and it like zoomed in my the chat, so I couldn't see anything else. Okay, this one I could probably use. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, I was doing some 3D flowers last week. So I have all these flower tips out here. Like this is a rose petal. Let me know when you think of your terrible, terrible icing. Oh, yeah. Did you send me a recipe or a picture to your icing? That one's not too bad either. Sometimes I switch out tips as, like, to a smaller tip if I need them. I just put a tip on it so I can have the icing bag made. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Actually, I have these guys. These are caps. Dare you. No, it popped over. These guys are silly. So they're in a 1L. So I was so excited to find a number 1 because they're the really tiny ones, but they're not the right diameter. You can see it's smaller. So it doesn't actually fit on any of my tip holders. And if you use just a bag, it leaks out the sides. It's very sad. The giant link in chat, let me whisper. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna throw a cap on this guy. So this one just doesn't have a tip on it, so you can just add it later. And that will make it so there's more tips to go around. So I said 8. I had 8. I need 12, so I need 4 more bags set up. Stop by another time. Okay, sure. No worries, Banana Squid. Have a lovely night. And then we'll stick this guy on here. You're all fancy and stuff. I use a spoon. Hey. I used to be so bad at icing, believe it or not. Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is. I love it. I'm sure they tasted amazing. I'll post the link here. I like that you went for a flag. Hey, do you have... You scared Banana off. I know, it's all good. I've seen Banana pop in and out a couple times, so. Some people just pop in and say hi, and then they pop out, and it's all good. People have lives and things to do, and... I do that lots. I pop in on streams for a little bit, because sometimes you're busy, and you just only have time for a little hello. Wow, here I thought I wasn't going to have enough tips. Okay. Bananas pair surprisingly well with coffee. You know what? I could see that. That actually sounds quite good. Okay, so I'm going to put all of my bags pre-done up over here. I like doing this ahead of time because it just... It's annoying when I have a thing of icing made, I don't want to be wasting time putting the bag together and having the icing dry out on me. These are just elastics I used to close bags, so I'm just going to pull a couple of those out. I'm only going to need 4. Seriously, icing prep sometimes takes me just about the same amount of time as decorating the actual cookies. I love banana muffins. I usually buy too many bananas. Specifically, I'm not going to use you. They have little bits of icing on them still. Those aren't clean. This is clean. Hooray! The dough is proofed, and you plonk it on the wood, and it just feels right. Ugh. Yes. I love the feeling of dough. The smell of fresh, like, risen dough. I love it. It's one of my favorite smells. Let's do the blue. This is hard to gauge because I'm doing so many characters. So it's hard to tell how much icing I'm going to need. But let's start with the stuff that we already have. So this royal blue, I'm going to... How many am I making? I have probably 6 or 7 cookies of each kind. So I'm gonna increase this one a little bit. We're just gonna add to it. Doubled in size in like 34 minutes, nice. Must have had good weather for bread, hey? I can never remember if it's rainy days that are good for bread or if it's, I think rainy days are bad for bread. See, what they used to do when my grandma was young and kicking is when one person, because when everyone made their own bread, was having a good bread day, they'd call all their neighbors and say, hey, it's a good bread day. So this is my icing that I make ahead of time. I made this yesterday. I put a plastic wrap on it so it doesn't dry out, but it's hard. Like, it's quite firm. I did enjoy your cupcakes quite a bit. Yeah, the smell of fresh risen, like, yeast is, like, my favorite smell in the whole wide world. And when you punch it down and it just kind of goes like, poof. We had a bread proofer at school, and it was so lovely. Okay, so I have, like, a bajillion spoons here. Where are my dies? My dies are down here. This just makes me so happy because it's like, as I have things all over the place. I was gonna say they're really organized. It's organized for me. Yesterday I did a project where I had to take sprinkles with tweezers and place them on one by one. It was quite painful. Okay, I want a royal blue. This one's less navy and more royal. So I just add to the water to the consistency, right? And just keep adding color, I guess. It's very, like, yeah. No chaps were harmed in the making of this bread. Phased out, you make me laugh. Hey! Is your lovely... Did she get to come visit you? I remember you said there was a couple more days and then you guys were going to get to have a visit. Yeah, I use cheap plastic bowls too, hence my cheap plastic containers. My chef used to always say that excellence can happen in a broom closet because he went over to Europe and what part was he in? I think he was in Austria? Somewhere. He did all over. He did Greece. He did, like, yeah, he was all over the place. You ate 2, still warm from the oven, with the sharp cheddar and turkey. Oh, like, yeah, that sounds great. You're making me hungry. I haven't had lunch yet. I had all this, I got a bunch of discount chicken. So I, cooked it all, and I stripped it. It was like chicken backs. And, I ended up freezing it pre-cooked, so now I can just pull out cooked chicken whenever I need it, and it's one of the most wonderful things I've ever done. Okay, so consistency check, usually just see how long it takes the peak to fall over and how it bleeds. You can count, but I mean, I've been doing it so much that now I just do it till it looks right. This looks right to me. This weekend was midsummer, so I went to Helsinki and froze the rest so you could defrost them for breakfast. Oh yeah. I love making scones and just eating them. So you need a decent amount of color when you have a decent amount of icing. And I don't feel like scooping back and forth, so I'm just starting with a giant thing of color. So you don't want to put your icing, your knife, or whatever you're using with icing, back into your color. I use gels. You can get pigmented powder. Liquid I would not recommend. What is Helsinki? I don't know what that is. I'm in recovery, so you have to be careful with food dries. and extracts. Really? Health-wise? Is that like a health thing? Ah, I haven't heard of that. I've heard of people being really sensitive to like sulfites. I think my red, there's a couple of them. I think the red and the orange have sulfites in them. Yeah, honestly, I'm like, I wish there was a healthier version for food dye, but some people want certain colors, so I don't actually eat a lot of, I eat the plain, oh, and the overcooked cookies are my favorite. That looks good enough to me. It's a little on the runny side, but it still holds up pretty okay. I think it'll be fine. So used to Dr. Oetker food dyes, which is water-based. Oh, no alcohol allowed. Oh, so these would be fine for you then. It's corn syrup, sugar, glycerin, water, brilliant blue, modified cornstarch, ethrosine, oh, I don't know what that is, agar gum, citric acid, potassium sorbate, sodium citrate. So it's a gel. It's not an alcohol base. It doesn't sound, unless you hear something. Dried vanilla rather than extract. Uses alcohol as a solvent. Yeah, for sure. Liquid dyes work great. I need a cap here. I just find it takes a lot of them to get a good color. So the gels are just more concentrated. But for everyday use, the liquids are great. I use liquids for years. That's a lovely rich blue. Yes, you get some really nice colors with the gels. These are Wilton brand. I want to get some AmeriColors. I've never tried them. I've heard a lot of people who use them. You can actually use the gel itself as a paint if you wanted to do like an acrylic looking painted cookie. But I like the idea of them because you can get them in bulk. Like you can get them in like giant containers, and I use a lot of dye. I actually was thinking the other day that I might need to up my price just to cover the amount of dye I use, or I might need to do like an up price depending on complexity of design. So, we'll see. I'm proud of you for being in recovery though. That's a huge step. Recovering from anything is like, it's a challenge. It's so funny how we forget about it too, hey? I was just thinking the other day, the last time I was physically very unwell. It's in the moment, it's like, this is worse. I'm never gonna forget this. Like, everything is whatever, painful. And then you just get healthy or whatever again, and then you're like, kind of forget about it. That's me anyway. Maybe not everyone. The bread dough, if you add 50 milliliters of vegetable oil to 1 kilo of dough, the whole thing stops being sticky and just coheres. Cool. Hey, Gru. I'm happy to see you. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. I hope your week is going very well, too. Yeah, so I just did Bitmoji cookies yesterday, which I had such a sour attitude about. I really needed to check myself. I was like, these are ridiculous. They turned out really well. I just had someone pick them up. I can show you a picture if you really want to see. Hey, Gold Toe Jake. How are you doing? How's your week? Anyway, they turned out really great. But originally, so I did these cookies, and so they needed to be larger, so I had room to fit the Bitmoji's body on it. So I had to like cut them all out by hand, which I probably shouldn't have. I kind of made more work for myself. I made a lot of mistakes. So then I was going to watercolor paint the character on, and I tried it and I couldn't make it look good. So I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to make a bunch of icing and do 3D characters. And I was up till like 4:30 doing them. But they're done and it's good. It was poor planning on my part. Anyway, Sunday I got to relax. if Sunday counts as this week. And it was lovely. I went to bed at 10. I was like, who am I? I usually go to bed at like 12:30. So blue is done. Let's check it off. Oh, I don't need to check it off the list. I just like checking stuff off of my list. White. Let's do a big old thing of white. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make a new bag for my white because this was from my last batch of icing. And I do not want to... There's lots of humming in this album. Oh, this is more humming. They're all hummed? My goodness. You get this all the time. But I am Gru. Right, okay. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm getting a 3D printer. I'm very excited. So, I mean, technically, Mr. Dave Beard's getting a 3D printer because I am not technologically gifted. So I'm just going to draw out cookie cutters that I want, and he's going to 3D print them for me, and I'm so excited. Oops. So this is white, so I'm going to make a lot of it because I use a lot of white. Plus, if I make too much white and I need another color, I can just pigment it, so it's not a big deal. That's a lot. I got a little excited there. Your last day off? Heard you've been busy. Yes. I'm learning to say no. So this week's much better. I had 20 cookies yesterday, and I have 4.5 dozen for Saturday. So last week I had 8 dozen for the weekend. So I'm doing half the amount that I did last week, and I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. I have like, hold on. I can't see you. I need to turn my brightness up. I'm like, I get to like take so many days to do prep. So nice. You can use for good elements in print off your meal. Like food elements? Is that a thing? You know, I remember seeing something like a preview to that in science class when I was like probably in like grade 8, so what would I be, 14? And being like, that's never going to be a thing. And then it became, apparently it is one. Okay, hold on. I'm done with the humming, so I'm going to switch the music. Just not in a humming mood today. Come to your previous stream, working like long days. Oh, seriously, don't worry about it. I totally get it. There's so many days I'm like, I don't feel like talking to anyone. I'm so tired. Early days, but hopefully replicators. Huh. I wonder if that would help with food security. Mario. Yeah, some of the music I'm listening to is from Super Mario Galaxy. I've been enjoying the album. I'm listening to that in Transistor. I'm just switching the album over because so I can get rid of the hums. Because I really enjoy the Super Mario theme. It's quite good. And there's lots of good, like, just chill background stuff. So I like that. So much money on the game as a kid, which was given my username. It was a long time ago. Oh, 1971. That's not that long ago, is it? Apparently I'm bad at multitasking. This is not a surprise. Bum, bum, bum. I just want the observatory songs. I don't think so anyway. What would you say is the biggest change that you've seen in your lifetime? Since 1971. Okay. Farewell to you. Hello to you. There we go. Chilling it out. I remember I used to go to my cousin's house. Okay, just checking consistency. This needs a bit more liquid. And he had a Super NES. Oh, maybe this doesn't need more liquid. It just needs to be mixed better. And I remember trying, and I was so bad at it. So terrible. Maybe a little more. And my dad would come downstairs and he was like, "Oh." And he'd just rock it. He was so good at it. Some people use spray bottles to add liquid to their icing because it's just so picky. So now, the breaking of the power of the church in Ireland, embracing of things like LGBTQ, divorce, and bodily autonomy for women. Oh, those were the biggest changes that you saw. I don't actually know a lot about the Church of Ireland. Was that quite the big deal? I feel like I got a lot of... this feels weird. I'm using the wrong hand. I got a lot of Canadian history. We did like the wars and stuff, but I feel like I didn't learn. Excuse me, as much as I would have liked to about more than just Canada. And granted, I remember one year, it was grade 10, I think, you learned about the railroad for like ever. And it was so boring. It's like the railroad started here, and then it went here, and then it did this, and this is what the railroad did. And I'm like, this is cool, but it's not. Illegal to advertise condoms. Really? When you were a teen, you could only buy them in pharmacies because of the Catholicism. Oh, that makes sense. Huh. This is my little history lesson. That's so very interesting. I'm curious to see when I'm a grandparent what the world will be like. A change. I feel like there is such a drastic change in between like 1950 to present. I feel like that last like 70 years. It would have been weird to watch. See, as oldies are useful? Of course. I would never say otherwise. I think it's an accomplishment to reach more age is just a greater accomplishment. It just means that you didn't, you know, I don't know, get hit by a bus, I guess? That's got a little dark. You can stay on my lawn, y'all. You're one of the nice ones. That made me laugh. Okay, so I have blue, I have white. Let's work with... Okay, hold on. Excuse my throat. How many fish am I doing? 25. So I'm going to have 40. The number 40, I'm going to have fish. I'm going to have fishing rods. I'm going to have happy birthday plaques. I'm going to have vests. I'm going to have bobbers. So I'm going to have 25, and I have 6 items, so I'm going to do 4-ish of each. I might just keep this color. This should be enough. And if not, I'll just make more. Political war between the church and such in Ireland was a pretty big deal. The cathedrals are pretty, though. Oh yeah, you went to Ireland, Gold Toe Jake. Did you tour any of the... Let's do gray next. Like, did they tell you the history when you, like, toured? Or did you tour any of the castles? Gives up and just... Because cat just flew feet? Yes. Oh my goodness, my mother-in-law got kittens. And they're just so chill. They're like the chillest kittens ever. I decided I didn't like that one. I'm the worst person to take road trips with because I'm like, I don't like this one. I'll listen to the next one for a minute. I'm that horrible person. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm going to need light gray. And more light gray than dark. This should be enough. I have to remember I'm only doing like a few of each cookie, so it's not like a huge deal. Blarney and Kyle Moore Abbey. I probably butchered that. Quote Supernatural. You know, I enjoyed Supernatural, but I'm such a wimp. I watched like the first season and then I didn't sleep for like a month. Because I'm a wimp. I really am. Driver picks up the music shotgun and shuts their cake hole. Oh no. But I did enjoy the stories. But every time I'd lay down, I just pictured my like roof catching on fire with like a body up on top of it. And I was like, I can't do this. This creepy music isn't helping while I'm like talking about this. I know, I'm being that horrible person. Got a taste of how much of an impact the Catholics had on the country. Classic Dean quote. Oh. Did you ever finish Supernatural, Go Tell Jake? Yeah, this should be enough. The color's not quite right though. I need it to be darker. So for gray, I need black. I have a couple of blacks that aren't open yet, and every time I pick up one that's not open yet. I still have a decent amount of black, and I'm gonna leave it because I used it last night and I made sure it's still good. The start of season 5 when Dean flips the furniture and old Dean handcuffs him to the table. Oh man. Yeah, apparently. I wish I could, I liked, I do like Supernatural, I just don't sleep. 'Cause I'm a little wimpy, or whimper pants. That's why I don't watch horror movies. Mr. Dave Beard is still trying to convince me though to do a horror stream because he thinks it would be so entertaining. I'm like, yeah, it probably would be. Although a game might be different, I might feel like a little more in control of it. This is too runny. I added too much water. This gray always goes kind of purple on me. So this is for the Paw Patrol character Rocky, if you care about Paw Patrol. Honestly, I think I'm gonna make my child watch like old cartoons, like Looney Tunes. Oh no, that's not bad. I'm looking at this guy up here in the corner. That's good. It's this one right here. Cool, okay, well this is good then. It's actually quite light gray. I'm gonna need a leaf green too. It's your TV Prozac. If you had an awful day, it always cheers you up. You don't need to watch it anymore. Aww. She sounds like quite the lovely lady. I'm very happy for you. Are you gonna leak all over my cookie? I'm gonna add a little bit of stiffness to this because I feel like just a touch. I just look at it and I'm like, I see it dripping and looking bad. So we're just gonna add a little bit. So wonderful when you meet people that cheer you up like that, hey? I have one friend specifically who's really good. Anything like child or parenting related, whenever I talk to her about it, she always makes me feel better. I'm like, this is a thing, it's awful. She's like, no, it's not, you're fine. You're watching, Lord Kulas and I are playing The Evil Within right now. That's an accurate emote. Does it freak you out? Can you still sleep? I feel like you were better with stuff like that than I was. I'm more like Maxine Z, who just jumps at everything. Okay. We're just gonna get this in here. Oh! I didn't change my question of the day. You want to big up stuff. Little cakes. Now you want to get around to a round tin and bake a big multi-layer sponge cake. Oh, that's fun. It sounds like you're really getting into baking. Multi-layer cakes, I tell you. And there's so many different methods. Like the way that they taught us in school is they would do multiple, you'd learn the method. So the chiffon method, the sponge method, the well method, all those methods. And then they wouldn't tell you, Alpie Jean, hello! Anyway, they wouldn't give you any instructions. They'd give you a recipe and just say what method it is, and you were just supposed to know. Horribly tired from work, wanted to come say hi before I passed out. Well, hello. I'm so happy to hear from you. Glad you're still in the land of the living. How are things with your new supervisor? Are you getting more bathroom breaks now? You passed out earlier? Well, phased out if you need to go to sleep. That is totally fine. I highly encourage sleep. There's moments when I need to finish something before getting to sleep. And I'm like, why do I choose to do this? Anyway, I'm a huge support of sleeping. Hi, friend. Working butt off, immediately getting home and passing out. Oh, that's totally fine. I'm glad that you're getting to work again. I hope things are going well there. Okay, we have light gray. I'm gonna pull out the colors I still need to mix. This one I'm gonna leave. This pink I'm gonna turn lighter pink. So we're just gonna get rid of this container. And go on to the next one. He's still a butt cheek. I enjoy your very appropriate insults, LPG. I feel like recently my favorite curse word that I just, like the thing that just comes out of my mouth is like fart snacks. I don't know why. It doesn't freak you out. You watch so many horror game playthroughs since quarantine, you're desensitized now? Those were for you. I like the little kitty cats. Do you just get gifted so many subs, Gold Toe Jay? Because I feel like every time I chat with you, you have like different and quite adorable emotes. And I'm like, where does she get all these? I got gifted a couple. I got one to, I think it was like Gamer Boy or something. He plays like, his overlay looks like an old TV and he plays like old games. And I just love it. And he's super chill. I enjoy his stream a lot. Art with Gigi and got freaked out by The Last of Us 2. Oh, that just came out, didn't it? You know, I never finished the first one. I never played it. There's certain games I really enjoy watching Mr. Davebeard play, but I don't actually, especially the high stress ones, I'm like, I don't actually want to play this myself, but I'll watch you play them. Anyway, I was watching him play The Last of Us because the story in it is very compelling. What was the other one? It was like Angel something. It's one of those weird games that like goes to the future and then the past and then whatever. I did play Detroit though, that one. The story in it was amazing. It's like playing a movie. You're fighting, you got gifted one sub, the rest you did yourself. Oh, okay. You just have so many great subs. I'm just gonna lighten this pink a bit by just adding white. Although it's very, oh, that's maybe a bad idea. I'm gonna need to do a new bag because of how much I'm lightening it, the dark pink is just gonna streak it and it's gonna look bad. With revenge in 2 countries, so can't afford. Oh, revenue in 2 countries. Many subs. Oh, no, totally. I'm also a person that doesn't have a lot of spare income for like subs and stuff like that. So when people gift them, I'm like, you're so kind.
Okay,
Do you...
well, that's terrific.
And then you go and subscribe? Phased. Oh, did you get gifted? Oh, Alfie. Last mysterious. Okay, hold on. Oh, I've lost chat. I've lost chat. I got an emote thanks to LP Jean's arts gift. Aw. Wow. Look at that. That's a cute emote. I like it. Okay, hold on. Made you boohoo a couple times already. Oh, seriously? You want to nom the pink now? The pink is very, like, attractive. 5 emotes shared. 5. Okay, what did happen? Gift shared rewards to 5 others in chat. Did you do that on purpose? Or was it, like, just a random thing? I'm buying ice cream. Aww. I love ice cream. Merry not Christmas. Oh, that's so sweet. Ah! Polyester Kit, hello! Oh my goodness. Are you here? LP Jean is the real MVP. Wow! All of the love. Hello again. Oh, Gru! Welcome back. You can't leave. Mwahaha. Oh, there! Hello! Polyester Kit. Thank you so much for this the raid. How is your stream? How are you? Are you playing lots of Fortnite recently? What were you making? Fill me in. Hey, Roosta. I'm making icing today. So I have 4.5 dozen for this weekend, and I was gonna make icing, and I was like, oh, it'd be way more fun if I got to chat with people. Let me do it. Shout out for you. See you later, Alfie Jean. Have a good sleep. Thanks for popping in on your, in all of your busyness. If you haven't followed Polyester Kit, go check out her stuff. Did that work? Yes. Does some lovely pottery. Lovely, lovely. So I'm doing these for fishing and Paw Patrol cookies. So I have gray, blue. This is for the fish. Black and white. Now I'm getting to the fun colors. So I have my giant thing of royal icing here, and then I just thin it out with the colors that I need. So how am I? I'm doing good. Yeah, I was up like doing some Bitmoji cookies last night, but I got to take a nap and I'm a little caught up now. You wanted to follow a pottery stream? Yeah, go check out Polyester Kit. Gru is also a potter. You stream, don't you, Gru? Go see them both. Yours didn't work, Moose. You got it? Oh! Before the shout out. Oh, Alfie Jean is like my tech support. Alfie Jean's always teaching me things. And I appreciate them very much. Okay. Even when they delay going to sleep to help me figure out my my shout outs. Okay, I'm trying to get this. I'm making way too much pink, but I want it to be the right color. I don't want it to be super. Yeah, this is better. Maybe I should have made more. I kind of like it. This is for like the inside of ears and stuff, but I think if it's light pink, it's not the end of the world. Is that too pink? I don't think it is. Many artists, but wanted a pottery one. Yeah. Paw Patrol must be a hot topic right now. Someone else is talking about it. You know, I've never watched it. It's like the show, though. I have a lot of friends with young kids, and their kids just go nuts for it. And I haven't watched it yet because I feel like I just like the old cartoons. But anyway, kids love it. It is the show. So I'm doing cookies for a Paw Patrol birthday party this weekend. So I'm just getting my icing prep done. Oh, but doesn't stream. You don't stream? Potters. Oh yeah, Glass Lizard has some cool stuff too. Must be a remake of an old cartoon though. I remember that name from when I was a kid back in the 1800s. I was like, wait a second. And then I was like, oh, Sarah, it's a joke. Okay, so this is really stiff. That's a good color. I'm going to add some more water to it. You just add little bits at a time because consistency with royal icing changes like that. How is everyone doing? I have a question of the day, which I forgot to change. So if you don't like the question, the one I was going to do for today was, if you had an unlimited supply of something, what would you pick to be your unlimited supply? Or you can answer this one if you prefer it. Or not at all. You don't have to answer any of my questions. Then you're just stuck with me chatting at you. So, who's the real, like, I don't know. You look young enough to remember this. On the subject of Paw Patrol type things. Dogtanian. I don't remember that. It doesn't help that I'm super not hip. I am a big old geek who did not watch a lot of television, so I'm super not hip with it. And I don't know a ton of, like, pop culture stuff. Like a big old stinky bum. So I'm open to always being educated. I once was working with a group of teenagers, and they started dabbing when that was a thing, because that's still a thing, and I was like, what is happening right now? What's going on? I was so confused. And then my friend's 4-year-old was doing it, and I'm like, what is this? Anyway. Pound Puppies 2. I vaguely remember Pound Puppies. The name sounds familiar. I don't know if I ever watched it. What did I watch a lot of as a kid? I watched, like, Bob the Builder. What other shows were on when I was a tyke? The Comfy Couch. That was one I remember. Teletubbies. I was in the Teletubbies era. Cash. It's funny because the 4-year-old I was talking about that was dabbing, his name is Cash. And then he goes, I'm named after a guy who's dead. Medicine. Oh, an unlimited supply of cash. Or I was like, where are cash? But I got it. Gotcha. Huh. Medicine? The cure formerly fatal illnesses. Right. Huh, I haven't actually thought about this. Animated show in the Musketeer style. With dogs. Oh. Oh! I think I do remember that. I remember the Mickey Mouse Musketeers too, actually. That's what that made me think of. I made way too much pink. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna use this much. Reading Rainbow. I remember reading, or oh, Gold Toe Jake, help me out. The Crafty Quilts. Quilty Craft. Crafty. I'm the Swedish chef now. Oh, yeah. Have you seen the remake of the Swedish Chef and he's like dancing? It's got like the stuff and the music. You know, the stuff. Timothy Goes to School. Is that the turtle one? Oh my goodness, I forgot about that one. That's the turtle one, right? Which I can say, I used to get really upset when people are like, you're turtle, because I have a tortoise. And I'm like, it's a tortoise. However, all tortoises are turtles, but turtles are not tortoises. Apparently. When they made Teletubbies, they didn't use visual effects as the costumes. They were like 2 meters tall, so they just used giant rabbits. What? Like the rabbits were like in the thing? I'm lost. I remember what color am I doing now? I'm gonna do tan. Okay, let's check stuff off this list. I do remember, I loved the Magic School Bus. Crazy Quilt, yes. Tooter the Turtle and Mr. Wizard. The magic school bus I always think about is, what else did I do? I did gray, I did pink, and I have green. So I just need brown, tan, red, dark green, yellow, and light blue. Not that many, right? I need to work faster here. My goodness. You guys are just so much fun. Okay, tan, we're gonna do right now. The rabbits look to Kale. Oh, I'm thinking of Franklin. Oh, I loved Franklin and Winnie the Pooh. Speaking of Pooh, that doesn't look all that attractive, does it? Don't you want to eat this? Not as nice as the pink. Oh, this is my darker one. Okay, so this is going to turn into brown, and then that one's going to turn into tan. Bronies into My Little Pony cartoon. Okay, in Brony's defense, My Little Pony is a fantastic cartoon. Friendship is Magic is, with solid, like, life values. Okay, I'm looking at the colors I need. I need a dark brown that'll match this color, these guys here. So, oh, they're technically 2 shades. I have to make another brown? Okay, I guess we're making 3 browns. So I'm gonna keep this color. I'm gonna need to make a brown, and then I'm gonna need an ivory like this one. Anyway, I really enjoy My Little Pony, like, quite a bit. I actually haven't finished the last season because I was like, I don't want it to be over. It's also pretty wonderful because there's a My Little Pony reference in Teen Titans, and it makes me laugh. You watched some of it. Totally insane. Which one? My Little Pony? Some utter loon has a YouTube channel. Redubbed My Little Pony and manages the impossible. Friendship is witchcraft? That sounds fun. Gold Toe Jake just sent me a video the other day, and it is a bunch of Animal Crossing characters that are dubbed with a SpongeBob episode. Oh my goodness, I laughed. It's so random. My turnip prices are supposed to be really good this week, in case there's anyone out there. I mean, that or they're gonna be really bad. Anyway, if my turnip prices are really good, I'll put it on the Discord, and you can come see me and raid my turnip prices. You know what? I'm gonna keep this ivory as it is. This is gonna be... Oh, there's so many browns. 1, 2... I am gonna need 3 browns. That's disappointing. Okay, well this will be the light. Well, that's ivory. This will be the light brown, and I'm gonna need a dark brown and a dark brown. Aaron Butler does Animal Crossing characters. Oh, interesting. With the ebony living together in perfect harmony side by side on your rich icing cookie board. Sorry, was I supposed to sing that? Living together. Okay, hold on. In perfect harmony. I actually don't know that song very well. I was gonna sing it, and then I was like, I don't know the tune to this well enough to sing it. What do I need the most of? It's gonna be that dark brown. So I have the ivory. This is too watery. It's just gonna like leak over everything. I got the reference and you're good. Yes, I did get the reference. I really like, speaking of me not knowing some, I know some pulp culture actually. I'm not totally under a rock. I really like Lionel Richie. So good. Next. This one's kind of sad. Learning the consistency of icing, like adding more sugar, stir, add more water, transform. Yeah, so if you really want to tell with royal icing, A good test when you're not super familiar with it is the line test. So draw a line and then count how long it takes to go smooth. So this stuff, way too runny because that went smooth really, really quick. So that's not going to hold on my cookie at all. It's just going to leak off the sides. So some people, what they like to do is they'll have an outline color and a fill color. So they'll actually have two different consistencies and then fill it. That's way too much work for me because then you have extra bags. You're having to make extra consistencies. I just go for a medium consistency because they still flood quite well. Okay, let's add some color to this. I need this to be more brown. So this icing bag, I'm no longer going to be able to use. I might actually. I'm gonna make this the dark brown because I made so much of it. Then I'm gonna need a light brown. Blue, red, and green food dye. In theory, you can make all the colors. It's true. Yeah. I just have like a ridiculous amount of like kinds of colors. Because sometimes I end up in those situations where this is brown. You know, you make a color and then you run out, but you still have the same set of cookies to do. And then trying to mix the same shade is like, eh. Brown you need a lot of. Let's start with that. There's a lot on that knife. Wow. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I need a color wheel sometimes because I'm like, oh, I never answered my own question. If I had an unlimited supply of something, you know, medicine's a really good point. It's a hard pick. Friends. Can I pick friends? Can I have an unlimited amount of friends? I really like people. So, that's my cheesy answer for you. Physics perspective, light is additive and pigment is reductive. Okay, explain that to me. I don't know physics. Adding more will go darker in the pigment and brighter in light. So if I put light on it, it'll be darker in the shade. Is that the idea? You know what I should do? Let's not be foolish about this. I don't need a lot of this color, the lighter brown. So let's grab some of this. Oh, I've had a brilliant idea. This is not the right hand. I don't know why I keep using my non-dominant hand. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do this. How many of these do I need? I need 4 of these cookies that are this color. That's not a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna do like a little bit, and then I'm just gonna add more pigment to it so I don't have to remix a bunch of stuff. I totally could have used the same bag. Oops. No, when you mix lights, it gets brighter. When you mix pigments, it gets darker. It looks like caramel. Oh, okay. The ice cream we bought on the harbor, you had to hide in it. Why are you hiding things under a tree? Melted peanut butter. Oh, yum. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Okay, so now I'm gonna add more brown to this. And this is gonna get like, so I did the light brown. This is gonna be my medium brown. Don't let me go too dark. Although I'm actually gonna add a little more. Because if I do enough, I can just do the light brown, grab enough for that, and then do enough to make my dark brown too. And then I'll just save myself a lot of work. Insane seagulls attacking. Oh my goodness. Oh my curtain. You get over. What do you call birds that fly in the bay? I don't know that joke, but it always bugs me. Does anyone know that joke about the bagels instead of the seagulls? Mixing, mixing, mixing. This looks like chocolatey, ice creamy. This actually looks pretty tasty. So, did the seagulls, like, full-on attack you? Or, like, how did that work? They nasty little fellas. I don't know. I remember there was one time that a goose chased after gold-toed Jake, but I don't know if I've ever been attacked by birds, aside from the pet birds I had growing up. One poor girl bought a cone and then walked away openly and got mobbed. Oh no! She ran and her useless boyfriend abandoned her and ran away. No, that's so sad. Did you step in and, like, chase them off? Those are some nasty seagulls. Did you hear about the thing? So, in some area of the world, they trained crows to pick up cigarette butts off the street, put them in a dispenser, and then they'd get, like, a treat. But instead of looking for them, they started, like, these crows started picking them out of people's mouths. Because they're so smart. Maniacal. Those crows. Crows can be like... Crows are... You don't mess with crows. I have ice cream in the freezer and it looks exactly like that. Excellent, you failed to see the downside there. Stop smoking. We'll sicker crows on you. I had a friend who apparently got a crow's foot on a necklace as a gift, and there was hordes of crows that would just chase him because they knew, and they were like, we hate you. How dare you have one of our feet? Oh, I hope I have enough brown. Yikes. And so he had to get rid of the necklace. But crows, remember, they're pretty clever little fellas. Those crows. It's kind of remarkable, actually. This is the new, like, stop smoking, we'll train our crows to chase you campaign. So this is my medium brown, so it needs to be darker than that other one. So I'm going from peanut butter to, like, milk chocolate. The thing is with the brown pigment, it also takes time to sit. Like, it gets darker as it sits. So sometimes it's hard to gauge. You used to smoke, you quit that before you quit drinking. Cigs in 2004 and alcohol in 2012. Congratulations! That's like what? That's like 16 years without smoking? That's incredible. Good for you. Was it tough? I mean, obviously. I feel like cigarettes are expensive. I was surprised. I was in the store and I was like, what? There's a guy ahead of me at a wholesale club and he was buying them bulk. And it was like almost $1,000 the amount. Although I think he was doing it for maybe he was doing it for like a business or like a corner store or something. But I was like, oh, that's a lot of money. Remember though, the Reigns of Odin? Terrible insomnia for like 3 months. Oh, really? That's tough. You're being spooned by a cat? That sounds lovely. Which one? That would be so tough, especially not sleeping. I haven't heard of that as a side effect before. But way to stick with it. That's very impressive. I feel like, yeah, that would have been quite the battle. Especially after 3 months of not sleeping. I feel like I can kind of relate to that because my insomnia was like baby caused, but it was still like a solid like few months of not sleeping. What time is it? It's 4:30 already? Holy smokes. I'm gonna enjoy chatting with you guys. Normally when I'm doing this, I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm mixing forever and I'm just so bored and tired. And it's been honestly so lovely to get to sit and chat with you all while I'm doing this. It's made my day, honestly. Like, icing prep takes me so long. And it's been... Those still look like the same colors. I'm gonna add some black. It's just been so lovely getting to, like, chat. Mrs. Letty. At first I read that as you're being sponsored by a cat. I was like, okay. You get cuddles for something? Letty. Oh. You rang the National Smokers Quit line, and you got their voicemail. And they never rang me back. So I thought, screw them, I'll do it on my own. Good for you. I actually just watched a Simpson episode where Homer had a motivational speaker. And he's like, I can't do it, or whatever. And the motivational speaker's like, well, you know what? Someone said you couldn't. And he was like, I'm gonna do it now. Sometimes. Do what you gotta do for motivation, I guess. Okay, so that's better. That's much better. It looked really similar to this last one, so that's still pretty similar. No, that's fine. If you burned if you burn a cardinal at the stake, does it produce holy smoke? Oh, because I said holy smokes? Maybe. I don't really know how all that works. Okay, this just needs to be mixed a little bit more. Black make it too cool? It is a little cool. We could add some orange. Yeah, let's add some orange. This is when all of my cutlery is... I have no cutlery. There's no spoons, there's no knives. Let's add some orange. Ah, I got it on my hands. I also have a burgundy that would actually look really nice in a brown. Although that one's really purple based. I usually have to warm that one up, so we won't use that. I don't think I'm gonna need more than this. We'll add some orange. Because brown is basically just a bunch of colors, so. Went through the traditional Irish Catholic upbringing. Okay, so you probably know all the ins and outs of that. Born baptized, first Holy Communion, confirmation, agnostic. Atheist. What is agnostic? 15 years old. Oh, it's quite the transition. Good call, Gold Toe Jake. Was that weird? Oh no. That looks better. Yeah, the black did make it kind of cool. See, and then you guys can give me advice. Okay, we'll stick this brown in here, and then I'm going to leave a little bit, and I'm going to really darken it and get a nice dark brown. Oh, they're on the fence. Okay. Alright. We're going to get these here. This brown I'm going to use the most of. Oh, there's a character with a yellow... I don't know any of their names. The mom of this order was like, my kid's changed his favorite color. Can you do this one? And I'm like, okay. I don't know who that is. Wrong hand. You're so right. Phased. Thank you. I'm left-handed, kind of. I think that I was maybe supposed to be right-handed, but my big sister was left-handed, so I just copied her. As lefties need to stick together. Yeah, so I feel like I am left-handed, but there's so many things that can kind of switch back and forth. So I kind of hang out in the ambidextrous camp. Like, I can write with both hands. My right's just quite... It's legible, but it's not pretty. Am I out of elastics? Oh no, there's one more here. In Ireland, we call them Kith Og. I probably butchered that, I'm so sorry. Left-handed people? Okay, so now we're gonna darken this like crazy. We'll do some black again, because that worked really nice. And then we'll add, because my brown isn't really like getting any darker. That might be too much. We'll do some black. And we'll add some orange to it too. So I like how that turned out. I could do some, although if I want it darker, maybe I should do red. No, I'll do orange. Non-ambidextrous, equally clumsy with both hands. I like that. Non-ambidextrous. I just saw this post. I don't know if it's a legitimate thing. I don't know what the source is on an art, but they're like, there's a third generation called Zillennials, which are the people who were born in the 1900s or 1990s. Because they don't necessarily relate to millennials, but they don't necessarily relate to Gen Z, because they were in the transitional years. I was like, is this a real thing? Everything I've looked up, it's all different. I don't understand how the generations, like, how do you even calculate it? Is it like a every 20 years thing? Is it just like a, oh, things are different now? Like, how does that work? Should that be ambitioner? You're Gen X. Yeah, like I don't even know what I would be. I've Googled it and there's a couple different sources that are like, millennials are 1980 to 19 something, and some of them say that's 1980 to, I don't even know. I don't genuinely care, because I'm not like big into labels anyway. But, oh no, calm down. But I'm also kind of curious. Generations were a few years behind and overlapped or something, so we are in the middle. You also don't like labels. They're making stuff up now about generations. I know! Hey, Polyester Kit. I'm glad you're still here. I don't even know. I've heard so many things, I'm like, whatever. I just stopped caring. Millennials achieved adulthood in the new millennium. Oh, so they're people who were adults in the 2000s? That makes sense. I'm a human being and that's all I care about. I don't want to be grouped. Yeah, seriously. I get that. Okay, well, add some more brown and then I think this will be good. I think for maybe like a... Oh, what's the word? Like a recording point of view. Maybe it's good to like be able to label stuff, but I don't know. You're lounging in your hammock? You have a hammock? That sounds delightful. Goals. Yeah, is that from The Little Mermaid? This is Beach Bowl Galaxy. But it does sound very Little Mermaid-ish. This is from Super Mario still. The Calypso Man. Okay, I just rewatched. You said that. And I just rewatched Pirates of the Caribbean. So you said Calypso, and I was like, Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Where's my little spoon? I use baby spoons because they're nice size. Sounded like, what can I spare now when I fall out in 20 minutes? Oh, in hammocks? Hammocks sound lovely. They just kind of hug you. Have you seen those things that mountain climbers use that they tack to the sides of mountains? So they're like in the middle of climbing a mountain and they want to take a break. So they'll like sleep in these things hanging off the side of cliffs. And I'm like... You got in the hammock yesterday. You recommend everyone get one. Do you just go in it and you're like instantly relaxed? That's what I think of when I hear hammocks. That just sounds instantly relaxing to me. Where's my thing? There we go. My thing with the thing with the thing. I did not properly calculate how many colors I was going to need. So I need this bag. That's what I need. I'm gonna flip it inside out. So there's still a couple water droplets in it. And water will like wreck it. Say the young flexible women. Oh, you don't think that a hammock sounds lovely? Okay. I'm gonna do this, and just gotta do some stretches before you go in. Now that looks like poop. Yeah. Dendel, you've convinced me. Can you get double hammocks? Do you even want to try and like fit 2 people in a hammock? Would that be awful? That's when your cat jumps on you and you flip over. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would go more for like chocolate, but I used to not like having brown eyes because I was like, what's brown that's nice? Because, you know, you hear all the like country songs that are like, her pretty blue eyes. And I was like, and then I heard brown eyed girl and I was like, okay, this is fine. But I was like, it's like dirt. There's lots of lovely things that are brown. Like horses and chocolate milk. And chocolate anything. And more chocolate. I'll put a crash mat under you. You brought a Burmese bed from the Swedish furniture store. What is that? 2 days to put together. The rows alone. I don't even know what kind of bed that is. But I hear Swedish beds are great. Brown Eyed Girl. I know. I love that song. I have like an acoustic cover of it in one of my Spotify playlists, and I just love it. It's like all pretty and wide, high bed. Oh. Is it bigger than a king? Or is it like a California king? You have to use a pillow for your neck and knees to support your joints. Me too! I had never slept with a pillow between my knees. I used to like stick the blanket between my knees until I was pregnant, and I was like, this is the most comfortable, amazing thing ever. Why have I not always slept with a pillow between my knees? Okay, that's all the browns. Thank goodness. We have red, green, red, green. I'm gonna actually pull them out. That one's not opened yet. Red. I need green. Oh, actually, maybe this one. Or maybe those ones need to mix. Red, green. I'm gonna need yellow. What kind of yellow? That looks like a golden yellow, which is my favorite one. And light blue. Okay. Your cat is elderly. You bought her a set of steps. Oh my goodness. That's so sweet. I should check my spy camera. Hold on. It's getting kind of late. I'm gonna make a vegetarian lasagna for supper tonight. I'm very much looking forward to it. I think my small person's awake, so I think I might need to be done. Oh, but I'm so close to being finished. Okay. Whew, that's all the browns. Hallelujah. Brown is always a hard one to mix. It's hard to get the colors right. Okay. Let's take a peek-see here. And find us Gold Toe Jake. You seem well versed. Is there anyone we should go and raid? Bum bum bum. Yeah, we'll do this guy and these ones. And then I'll be ready to go, which will be so very magical. We all sound so broken with our joints. Oh, seriously. Yeah, joints are tough. My elbow gives me grief. My shoulder does now, actually. I had a chiropractor. My arm was totally fine. And then he was like, oh, this one looks cool. Let's go say this to this person. You do cooking. You might have tennis elbow. I'm like, no, it feels fine. And he yanked on my arm and something popped. And then I was like, then I did. I was like, I don't know what just happened. That was awful. Okay. I've never seen this person, but her art looks gorgeous. So let's go see her. Kitty objected to being hugged. Oh no. Don't think blood was drawn. Okay. Arthritis in my right hip. Take strong prescription anti-inflammatories. Hip would be horrible. So you need those for like everything. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was great. I loved having company while making icing. So I will have to do that more in the future because I loved it. See you later. Thanks again for the Raid Polyester kit. I so appreciate that. I will see you guys Thursday. So ciao for now.